this video we are going to continue with the final statements of the company. So here I have few set of questions which shows the items of balance sheet as well as the income statement. Here we are going to identify in which note number it will be coming and in under which group it is going to come. Like that we are going to study. Why this is necessary means these things will be there in the trial balance that you will be having in your question paper, right? In question paper they will give you the trial balance or the just statements of mixed items of income statement as well as balance sheet, right? So we should know to bifurcate the things which what are comes under balance sheet and which items should be reflected in P&L. Like that we should know the concept, okay? Then again in that which is liability, which is an expenses, or which is an asset, or which is an income, those things we need to identify. For that particular purpose this video will be helpful. Okay, so under what note or heading do you show the following items in the balance sheet of a company? Okay, so first one, goodwill. Goodwill we are going to consider that as an intangible asset, right? So it is an intangible asset, so it will be comes under fixed asset. Under asset the note number will be 7. As per yesterday's format, if you watched the previous video completely means definitely you will know the note numbers. Make a list of all the note numbers. Better you people read it twice, thrice, then you will get to know the things. Okay. Next, fixed deposit from public. See, fixed deposit from public, nothing but if it is an banking company, definitely FD will be an liability. Here the company is not been mentioned which kind of company. So from public, nothing but we are going to consider this one as an income. Okay, so under income we are going to write this under non-current investment. Okay, next, discount on issue of debentures. So this discount on issue of debentures will be comes under the liability side of balance sheet, isn't it? So we are going to reflect these amounts in the liabilities as per schedule 3. So here this will be reflected in the shareholders fund, that is in note 2, reserves and surplus. Why we are doing this means, see, discount on debentures means there is a reduced in the value, isn't it? So we are going to deduct it from the reserves and surplus, that is note number 2. Next, bank overdraft. For this we have not written the we have not written note number because no requirement of note number. Next, bank OD. Bank OD is a short term borrowings taken by the company from bank, isn't it? So this will be considered as a current liabilities. So current liability side we are going to write it, that too in other liabilities, that is note number 6. Next, underwriting commission. So underwriting commission, here like underwriting commission, if it is clearly mentioned paid or received, anything has been precisely mentioned means it will become under income statement of a particular company. Okay, if it is received means So it will be shown from other income, or if it is paid means here we are going to reflect it in other expenses, that is in note number 14, last note. So here nothing is been clearly mentioned. So if any particular thing is mentioned means we can write. In case examination purpose, these kind of, like this one, fixed deposit from public, here the company they have not mentioned whether it is a banking company or other normal companies, nothing they have mentioned. Here also paid received, nothing they have mentioned. So in these kind of cases you just put a note over there lastly after writing. Here if we consider underwriting commission as paid means it will be shown in so and so note. If we are going to consider underwriting commission received, then it will be reflected in other income. Like that you have to put a note for your justification. Okay, if you write those note, then you have a chance of getting full marks. Next, bills receivables. So receivables nothing but it is an asset, so this will be considered as a current asset. That too, bills receivables. Debtors will be comes under trade receivables. Okay, trade receivables we are going to write, that is note 7, sorry, note 8. Note 7 is for fixed asset, right? Next, unclaimed dividend. So what do you mean by dividend? First we should know the meaning of dividend. What do you mean by dividend? Dividends are nothing but a part of profit which are paid to the equity shareholders of the company. Okay, it is a part of profit given to the equity shareholders, right? So unclaimed dividends means the dividend which is not claimed by the, not being received by the, we can say, or not being paid by the company. So those parts of dividend, for example previous year dividend not yet paid, so it is a liability of the company to pay this year, isn't it? So unclaimed dividend is a liability, that is a short term liability. It's a duty of the company to pay the dividend on time. If there is any lag means definitely within 1 year they have to pay. So under current liabilities, other current liabilities, we can show this unclaimed dividend. Next, patent and trademark, obviously it is also an intangible asset, so definitely note 7 we are going to reflect. Next, loan on mortgages. Mortgages means we are going to make our bond papers kind or property will be given as a surety to the financial institutions or to the bank. Based on that we are going to take loan. Definitely mortgages will be of long terms. Definitely more than a lump sum amount will be taken and for bit longer period in order to gain the surety, in order to gain the guarantee that amount will be received. For that purpose we are going to mortgage our assets, right? So definitely it is a non current liabilities, so it will be comes under note 3, long term borrowings under. Okay, so this is how we should know all the items which should be written in which particular heading. Okay, basic things on will be there. Some changes like see mortgages, receivables, instead of debtors they might be giving bills receivable. We should not think, oh my god, I didn't study like this and all. You should not think like that and all. Okay, we have to think, yes, we are in degree level, so somewhat you should manage to complete the problem. Okay, so this one, and I'll solve few more. Yes, see, same kind. Again, state the heading under which the following item shown in the balance sheet of a company. Okay, prepaid expenses. So prepaid expenses means I'm paying my expenses in advance. For example, you are paying this is the month of February. Okay, you have some amount extra, for example 15,000 you have as a savings. What you are going to do means, instead of paying 1 month rent, you are giving 2 month rent to your owner, which means you have prepaid your March month rent, isn't it? So these prepaid expenses are asset, that is current asset. So we will write it in current assets, that too in other current assets, that is note number 10. Discount on issue of share. So in last problem, discount on issue of debentures we saw, right? In the same way, discount on issue of shares also will be considered as a reduced in the value of a equity share price, that will be deducted from reserves and surplus, note 2. Next, book debt. Book debt are nothing but actual amount given to the debtor. Okay, so nothing but book debts are nothing but value of debtors, isn't it? So we are going to write the debtors in the trade payables, trade receivables. So debtors, trade receivables under note 8. Okay, see here, bills receivables also in note 8, and book debts also in note 8, or debtors or trade receivables, any words they can give, but the thing is note 8 trade receivables we have to write and show the value. Advances paid. Advances paid is also related to current assets only. For that, this advances we have separate heading, short term loans and advances. In that we can directly write. Okay, next, work in progress. So work in progress is related to inventories, right? So we are going to write this in inventories, note number 9. See, we can interchange some notes, no need like for example we are going to start with share capital, then if there is no any long term liabilities means you don't need to write note number 3, you can directly write. Okay, so there is no compulsory for writing, but better we'll write it in particular manner only. Some interchanges will be there. For example, we can for here I have written for current assets I have written 10, but I can write 9, and for trade receivable I can write it as 10. For that there is no issues, but your format, okay, what you have done in your examination, right, that format, and what working note you are doing in other page, right, that number should match. That is very important. Okay, next, security deposit. So these security deposits are nothing but another name of loan and mortgage. Okay, so it is a non-current liabilities, note 3. Loose tools. Loose tools are nothing but asset. We know, yes, loose tools are asset, whether it is a fixed assets or current asset, that one we should know, right? So loose tools is a current asset. Loose tools are nothing but spanners, screwdrivers, okay, nut, bolt, those kinds which is useful for some fitting purposes, right? So this is a current asset. Under inventories we can write. Okay. Next, advance taxes. So advance taxes are nothing but tax I have paid in advance. For example, for September month tax I am paying on the month of March itself. As an advance I am paying my tax. So it is a current asset. So we can write it in short-term loans and advances line. Okay. Next, fixed deposit with bank. So it with bank they have given, which means I have deposited certain amount as fixed for longer period. So it is a long term investment. Okay, so it will be coming after the fixed assets value. Okay, so this is how you should know the concept of the particular items of P&L and income statement, P&L and balance sheet. See, I have solved two problems, right? Two problems are very similar. So next, one more problem I'm going to show. Just try to identify. Okay, see here they have given provision for taxation. So provision means for a part of profit kept aside for future purpose. That is the meaning of provision. So for particular purpose we are going to keep certain amount, that is provision for tax. For future payment of tax, now I am keeping a certain part of my profit. Okay, so these provisions will be considered, we are going to write it in short term provision. Next, livestocks will be considered as fixed assets under note 10. For this no note for first one. Next, work in progress, as previous problem we have discussed. Inventories. Okay, inventories we are going to write it in note 9 or note 8. Okay, bills payables, nothing but trade payables, we'll write it in note 5. Patron. So patrons are nothing but intangible asset. Note 10. Accrued interest on investment, nothing but interest received. So it is a current asset. They have asked only balance sheet, no, that's why I am going to consider this as a current asset. If they have given P&L account, means this accrued interest on investment will be considered in other income heading. Okay, you should know all those things. Goodwill, intangible asset, note 10. Fixed deposit from public, so they have given from public without mentioning any particular, which means I have taken fixed deposit from public. So in this manner I'll consider this as a liabilities, long term liabilities I'll consider. Why? Because it is, they have given like from public. In first one also better, just a second. Yes, in first one also we'll do the same here. Yes, so I have from public they have given, no, so this one also will consider as non-current liability. Okay, or long-term liabilities, anything is fine. Okay, next, share premium. So it will be shown in discount on share or share premium, whatever it may be. Discount means deduct the value, premium means add the value to the reserves and surplus. Okay, see, same discount, reserves and surplus. Bank OD, it is a current liabilities. Proposed dividend, it is also current liability only. Okay, so this is how we are going to identify each and every item which they have given in your question, respective questions. Then we slowly start with the solutions. Okay, see, I hope you understood what concept I am trying to teach in this. So this kind of questions they might ask for section D or 2 marks they might. So they will state few random income and expenditures or certain liabilities, simply they will give. Then they ask you to identify which group they will be coming, or they might ask you to identify with note numbers. So for this purpose, please, you people have to understand the things clearly. So what is an expenses? First you should know basic 4 things. First one, what is an asset, what is an liability, then income and expenditures. So what is the difference between these 4 things? If you clearly understood this concept, means the solution of your accounting will be easy. If you are confused with these things, means it is very difficult to solve it. Okay, so make it clear. From next video we'll solve the 5 marks question. Later we'll move on to lengthy problems. Okay, hope you all understood this concept, I think. Okay, so let me show you the this one. Yes, this is how we are in your examination. Like this you have to present your paper. So very neatly, particular note and amount. So above the income statement of so and so company. So first beginning, before while starting your paper, just write the format, empty format you write, mention all the items, this one, everything you people mention it. Okay, except the amount one. Okay, next in next sheet, okay, prepare balance sheet format. Okay, along as usual how we are going to start, no, like that you prepare a empty balance sheet with all the items written, how we will be presenting, no, like that. Then in next page you start with the note numbers. Share capital, one by one you have to start. Share capital, reserves and surplus, try to solve here. So slowly you finish all the balance sheet items. Next, the income statement. After finishing your income statement, frankly speaking, in order to solve the problem exactly, we have to start with note number 11. Okay, while doing problem I'll explain you that. Okay, clearly I'll explain. For this video, this much information is enough now. So go through the concept very well. If you have your study materials, means go through again, read, practice. How much problems you are going to solve, that much marks you are going to get. Without practice you are not going to get marks. Every day you have to practice one or the other things. Okay, at least 2 pages, 3 pages daily you people have to read. Okay, fine. Hope you all understood this video. If you have any doubt,